Hello and welcome to Monkey Knife Fights Pick Sam Plays for UFC 261. Usman versus Masvidal 2. Folks, I'm Conner Rowntree, and because you, our MKF and followers, have been so good to us, Monkey Knife Fight is giving a free $5 voucher that you can play across any contest for UFC 261. And because I was perfect last weekend in my UFC analysis on Monkey Knife Fight, I'm going to run through all three title fights, but first we're going to get started with the first fight of the main card. It's Jimmy Crute versus Anthony Smith. Jimmy Crute's stock is on the rise. The 25-year-old is 5-1 in the UFC with 3 wins coming by way of knockout, the other 2 being submissions. None of his fights have gone the distance, but he will be in tough against Anthony the Lionheart Smith. Smith is never out of a fight, and while he has lost 3 out of his last 5 fights, he's always game for a scrap. Because of Crute's aggression and Smith's Lionheart, I'd like this fight to go longer, and both of these men to eclipse their MKF significant strike lines. Our next fight on the main card is Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. Hall has won 4 out of his last 5 fights, and his one loss being to the middleweight juggernaut Paulo Costa. He has viral KO power that has brought him international fame, and I like that to be the determining factor in this fight. Chris Weidman has been knocked out in 5 out of his last 7 fights. The other 2 he managed to combine 12 takedowns to limit the opponent's strikes. Uriah Hall is extremely hard to hold down and one of the most athletic fighters I've ever seen over the age of 35. 3 out of his last 4 wins have come by way of knockout. I like Hall's explosive power against Weidman's worn chin to be the decisive factor in this bout, so make sure you take less than both these men's fantasy point lines on MKF because I don't see it lasting that long. Our first title fight on the docket for UFC 261 is Jessica Andrade versus Valentina Shevchenko, and I like Valentina Shevchenko in this fight. She has some of the best striking in all of women's mixed martial arts, and she put Amanda Nunes on notice with it. In that last fight against Nunes, her speed and kicks really put Nunes on notice, and I actually had Valentina on my scorecard. But with that fight in the past, she has another Brazilian challenger coming for her throne. Jessica Andrade is the former 115-pound champ, moving up to fight Valentina Shevchenko for the 125 bout. Andrade has also fought in the bantamweight division, the 135-pound weight class, and dominated her debut in the 125-pound weight class against Katlyn Chookagian. Look for the first of our 3 title fights on this card to be a war. Andrade has amazing power and wrestling. She will look to take down and control this bout, but good luck. Shevchenko has her eye on a rematch with Nunes. With the proper motivation, she should put on a show. Look for both these ladies to trade strikes and takedowns en route to this fight going long, but look for Shevchenko to be the victor. Make sure you take more on both of these ladies' significant strike lines and their fantasy point lines on Monkey Knife Fight. Our co-main event is for the Women's Strawweight World Championship. It's Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas. Now, Weili has won 21 straight fights and is undefeated in the UFC, including victories against former champion Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Jessica Andrade. She's incredibly fast and hits tremendously hard. Rose Namajunas, on the other hand, is the best boxer in women's mixed martial arts. Her head movement and footwork is unmatched, as is her ability to put your lights out. Look for this fight to go long and be a stand-up war. Both ladies average over 11 minutes of octagon time per fight and over 4 significant strikes landed per minute. The champ will bring the power and speed, and the challenger will bring the precision and timing. When Thug Rose is on, she's the best 115-pounder on the planet. Look for her to prove it and shock the world yet again on Saturday night. Make sure you take more on both of these ladies' MKF lines. Our main event is Jorge Masvidal challenging Conor Usman for his title for a second time. With just 6 days' notice, the man who is known for baptizing his opponents in blood landed 66 strikes on the champion. You give him a full training camp and you better expect a lot more of explosion from Jorge Masvidal. With no training camp before that fight, he still proved to be the superior striker outside of the clinch. Usman dominated the fight, securing 5 takedowns en route to landing 94 significant strikes. Jorge Masvidal told Dana White in the octagon, quote unquote, "I can beat that man." Usman is a collegiate wrestler. Like the first fight, expect him to control the clinch and the grappling en route to victory. A fresh Masvidal will cause problems. He's never been finished inside his UFC career, so look for this fight to go long. While Usman may want to test his boxing skills against the Kimbo Slice pupil, why play with fire when you can take him down and ice the fight? I like both of these fighters to be more explosive than their first meeting. Take more on both of their MKF lines, but look for Usman to win this fight by dragging it out and avoiding the strikes of Masvidal. Unless Usman gets caught, he should go on to win this fight. Let's hope that it's more entertaining than the first one, and make sure you take more on both MKF lines in this bout. For all you crazy MKFers out there trying to access that voucher voucher code, it's simple. Just log on to Monkey Knife Fight, head over to your account where it asks you if you have a voucher code, select that button, punch in UFC 5. That's UFC and the number 5, all one word, all caps. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Monkey Knife Fight's picks and plays for UFC 261. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Folks, I'm Conner Rowntree, and remember to hit it hard.